When he has Scott Lang captured and his daughter in about like midway through the movie, he asks, "Have I killed you before?" Kang, who are you asking? Is this a rhetorical question for yourself or something? Do you think Scott has the fucking answer for you, dude? Spoiler alert for Ant-Man 3, or you may call it Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. They really try to push the fact that Kang was an intimidating villain, and for the whole MCU. But in this movie, the man is just filled head to toe with zero IQ moments, and not even just him. We get other variations of Kang in here, and they're all on the same brainwave. But let's just talk about this one scene, Gator. And real quick before we get into this, go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more people taking massive turds on these properties or pointing out these zero IQ moments. There's just one scene where Kang is being approached by the main three. What is it? Hope Van Dyne. Is it Cassie, right?
Yeah, Cassie Lang, Scott Lang. Yeah, all three of them. This is in the final battle, right? Correct?
Right, yeah. They're approaching Kang, who, right before this, Kang is shooting his enemies with his laser beam, just like death ray. And also, the main three approach him. He just stops using his death rays and just starts talking to them, and then just goes hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, like hand-to-hand. Dude,
Kang, what are you thinking?
His laser beams were disintegrating people. Actually, just making them evaporate into non-existence. It was just a simple little touch. I don't understand his reasoning whatsoever. I guess maybe he's trying to flex on these dudes or whatever. But at a certain point, wouldn't you just resort back to the laser beams? All right, like this isn't getting the job done, clearly. Especially maybe, again, spoiler alerts, when these ants come, the giant ant army that really puts him at a disadvantage. How did the laser beams not come out during that portion? Just laser the shit out of these ants, dude.
There was I don't know if they showed it fully. There might have been a part where he was like lasering them and it only goes like one person deep. So when you have like 10 ants behind him, they kind of caught up to him. I don't remember if that happened, but let's just pretend it did. They don't even give us a dumb line for Kang. Like, let's talk about the previous interaction with him, Scott, Hope, and Cassie. They don't give Kang a line like, "I'm going to enjoy this," or "I want to like, kind of play with my food a little bit." Because if that's the case, it makes more justification why he's going to like let his guard down a little bit. No, they just like, for no apparent reason, just start a fist fight when you have these death rays at your hand. But even that, so that's a dumb moment. I also want to bring up Kang when he just talks he seems like a little over the place, because he was when he has Scott Lang captured and his daughter in about like midway through the movie, he asks, "Have I killed you before?" Kang, who are you asking? Is this a rhetorical question for yourself or something? Do you think Scott has the fucking answer for you, dude? Like, come on, dude.
Maybe it's intimidating or something. I don't know. Yeah, that's a really, really stupid question. It didn't play as well as I think these writers thought it was going to play. It's a very dumb question. Here's one for you, I think. This is arguably the stupidest point in the entire movie, because if Kang did not make this stupid decision, the movie plot would stop and everything would be fine. That is when Kang and Scott make the deal. Like, "Hey, Scott, I need you to go over here, do this little heist mission, whatever, shrink my device back down to proper size, and in exchange, I won't kill your daughter, I'll give your daughter back." Scott held up his end of the bargain, did it, and Scott's like, "Okay, dude, I did this for you. Here's the thing. You can have this and go reap havoc on whatever you want. Just give me my daughter back, please." And Kang's like, "No, it's all right. I think I'm going to keep her. I think I might just kill her." It's like, why? Why would you do that? Because of that, now Ant-Man's against you, and you didn't get the device that you wanted to have and leave, because now Janet and all these people are his allies. It's like, if he had given Cassie back, if he had given Cassie back, he'd be fine. He could go out in the universe. Maybe there'd be some tension between Janet and Scott, because it makes Janet look like an idiot now that she wasted how many years of her life trying to keep him there. But that's not Scott's problem. He's trying to save his daughter, you know?
He's like a really bad liar, that if someone kind of catches him, like in this scene, like you said, like, "Oh yeah, I can't give her, I'm not going to give back Scott's daughter to him." Even if you're going to plan on giving it back to her, or giving her back to him, you could just say like, "Oh, well, come on, let's just go up there and let's do it." And then kill him and grab it or whatever. You know, he doesn't have a good way of like, he needs some more George Costanza in him, because he's caught in a lie or in a bad situation too. When Janet touches the ship and somehow it's connected to his brain for whatever, it's only literally connected to his brain just for this scene, right?
Yes.
And Janet gets all these flashbacks of, "Oh, Kang killing all these worlds," and then he just, instead of saying like, "Oh, dude, did it show you that?" Yeah, it's trying to fight you. It's trying to make you like that was somebody else, you know, or a different variant. He could have made like a million different lies, right? Instead, he just embraces and go, "I'm gonna bring you back to your home, though." Like, come on, dude.
Well, that's a zero IQ moment right there too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's filled with these moments.
Why don't you help me out, rebuild my ship here? I know for a fact that if you touch this thing, you're gonna be able to see into my mind, because as soon as Janet touches it and he looks at her and looks at, he's like, "All right, when you touched my mind, what did you see?" Those are the words out of his mouth. It's like, dude, are you kidding me? Don't let her touch it if you think it's gonna be this big source of contention.
Right, exactly. Well, also, the whole chair itself, we're led to believe that the Council of Kangs sent him here to Quantum Realm with a device and technology, even though it's broken, it's like, here, I'm just gonna break this key in half. I hope you're not able to somehow put it back together at some point.
Take the two halves. Take the two halves, just so you can remind you of what you're so close to having, but just don't. Yeah, it's ridiculous. The Council of Kangs, you'd think the combined conglomeration of these minds would be smarter than the one, except, dude, we didn't even talk about this. When they show the Council of Kangs, when they show the risers and some of these Kangs, how like hyped up they're getting and like childlike glee over, I don't even know, these three
Oh, I know.
main Kangs. I don't know what's going on with that. It's like their attitudes are very strange.
They're like on bath salts in like the at least the nosebleeds. We get a little shot of them. They're like, oh my god, dude, those are also Kangs. I can't fucking
They're me, they're us. It's like I don't know what they're so hyped about. It's unbelievable. And you know, speaking of the energy thing, this is probably the last thing that I'll say. Are you trying to tell me that Kang himself could not build another one of these devices after how many years in the quantum realm? He's from the 30th century, the 31st century. Presumably his suit, which is unbelievably powerful, it gives him force powers. That's his technology. And look at what he built in the quantum realm by himself. He says it, like, I built this empire from nothing. You can't just rebuild this little orb thing. Like, how is that I don't understand. Where'd this orb come from then if you didn't build it?
Right. No, it makes no sense at all. And the more you see how much he's able to, like you said, advance the technology, he's not able to even touch it. Even though we know he brought in this what's his name? Derek, right? From the
Darren, yeah.
Darren, that's right. But he's MODOK right now.
Yes.
Like, he doesn't even have MODOK. He can't even tap into MODOK's brain and be like, how do we use the PIM particles? How can we know this technology? It makes no sense at all. Maybe he could have done it. He just didn't think about it, because everything up until now has not led me to believe that Kang uses his brain whatsoever.
No, he does not. He does not. It really wrecked him because, you know, going by the trailers, dude, like this little shot we get right here, he kind of looks like almost like a troubled, maybe even somewhat reluctant villain who really believes in himself. But this movie, what this led me to believe is he's like a baby who's hell-bent on revenge for no reason, and he's just mindlessly evil. You know, it's like he's not even willing to make a deal or whatever, like exchange the daughter for the technology. I don't know. I just think this guy is very disappointing. I like Jonathan Majors. He looks great. We get to see that right arm come out for a while, dude. The gun show, you know what I mean?
But I know, that's another zero IQ moment for Kang.
Marvel.
You gotta get some armor to show off those pipes, those guns, dude. They look
dude,
great.
Absolutely. Yeah, I need to see more shirtless scenes of him. But yeah, overall, I think this villain was a huge disappointment.
All right, well, let us know what you think about Kang from Ant-Man 3, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania. What a mouthful of a title.
Well, I know, and dude, speaking of the Wasp, she shouldn't even been in the title. She shouldn't even been in the title. Halfway through this movie, she hadn't done anything yet.
Yeah, she shouldn't even been in this movie. But
no joke.
Let us know what you think down below. Smash that like button, like Kang. Smash
dude.
What?
Smash Janet Van Dyne for 30 straight years.
We're gonna get into it. Another video is gonna be this body count Jan's been putting up. But make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on our upcoming videos in the MCU.